The show can't start until we crack open a bottle of Revelton. Whether it's their crisp, clean vodka, the bold spice of their rye whiskey, the rich smoothness of bourbon, or the original honey whiskey that started it all, every pour is a taste of craft and passion straight from the heart of Iowa. So pour yourself a drink, settle in, and get ready to relax, laugh, and enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
From the top of Keenan, hear the roar so loud. Black and gold waving, we're a fearless crowd. Under them lights, the fight burns bright. Greatest team assembled, ready for the fight. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming straight for you. From the Hawkeye view, see the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stands, we shine. The best in the game, and the state is mine. Cover Hawkeyes, looking, watch them break that glass. Dropping dimes, hitting threes, never second guess. Full court hustle, hear the sneaker slide. With the fight in our veins, we wear that pride. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming.
All right, welcome in everybody. Andrew Barber, Drew Shipley here with another episode of Hawk's Eye View. And Drew, can we start with some good news? Let's start with a double dose of good news here.
McKenna Will-Let's-Go officially signed.
I mean, that's great news.
Was that not it?
I was going to go football good news too.
Uh,
There's two good news things for football right now in terms of the recruiting world.
well,
We had the surprise commitment of Trayden Bessinger right before the game on Saturday. He's the quarterback that decommitted from Boise State and then also was considering BYU, Utah, of the Mormon faith. This kid is, so that's why BYU was definitely a heavy consideration. But also he rose up the recruiting rankings. So
he decided he wanted to go to Iowa City because he wanted to have sex, and they wouldn't kick him off the football team for that.
He did say that in his quotes that he was excited about being the one to help change the Iowa offense. So
That's not what I said.
what?
That's not what I said.
Oh, well, he's excited to be part of the change or whatever it said.
Yeah, part of the change. Yeah. Part of the change. Yeah.
So, no, it had nothing to do with those off the field things. Anyways, he's going to end up as probably a 4-star. Technically labeled as a 3-star, but when they redo the recruiting rankings, they'll probably bump him up. So that's awesome.
Pump him up. We have to pump him up. Burrito, baby. Let's go.
I believe so, Drew, I saw his stats for his senior year.
Yeah.
53 touchdowns against 8 picks for his senior year of ball.
That's pretty good. Where does he play high school ball?
I believe he plays out in Utah.
Okay.
But Jeremy Hecklinski, someone also put his stats out there. He played at the highest level in Georgia, and he threw 50 touchdowns and 4 interceptions his senior year. Hecklinski did.
Okay.
The only reason Hecklinski wasn't more widely regarded, I guess, is because he's 5'10". it's kind of a quarterbacks, point guards. You kind of take a hit in recruiting at the college level if you're under 6 feet tall. Just automatically, you just take a hit based off not being tall enough.
So here's why I'm not jumping for joy. Okay, Andrew. Unfortunately, only one person plays that position, right?
Yep.
Like, how many years of recruiting have we gotten like multiple 3- and 4-star quarterbacks in the same class, and then like, well, eventually you have to settle on one to play, right? And then the others transfer out a year or two later, right? And then we ended up picking the wrong one. So I mean, it's your comparison to Hecklinski and this guy, right? Can only play one.
Yeah, I know, but they're not going to line up on the same timetable, Drew. So this guy is probably going to be in a competition for the starter job after Hecklinski is gone.
Okay, so you're saying that this guy's going to be in competition for the starting role when he's a senior, because he's a redshirt, yes?
I believe that Hecklinski is a redshirt sophomore.
Okay, so he's got 2 years.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So I would imagine this kid redshirts as well, and then 2 years after that. So we're talking down the road here, but again, it's emblematic of what Lester wants. This is a kid that's mobile. He's not, again, Lamar Jackson or anything like that, but another quarterback that has the capability to run, but is more so known as a passer. So it's just another step in the right direction, I would say.
I think we need to start finding folks again that where they're multiple year starters to get some continuity in the offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
To where we're going to have 2- and 3-year starters.
And I think that's the idea with Hecklinski, why we brought him in and why he's past Hank Brown. I think the idea there is that he'll be a multiple year starter.
So Hank Brown's going to hit the portal again, and then he's going to be a senior not playing one game, basically.
Yeah, probably. Could be.
Remember how excited we were about Hank Brown coming to Iowa?
We were, and to be fair,
so that's to my point, right?
I gotcha.
You can only play one. Now, if we're talking about the position of guard or corner or safety, or where you can stack them up and you provide depth for the most part, then I would be more excited about it. You can only play one.
Yeah, but it's good to have depth.
Well, yeah.
At the quarterback position, it's good to have depth there.
Yeah, as the 2023 and 2024 season shown us, yeah, for sure. It is good, but I mean, when Hank Brown did have to go in a game-winning necessary drive, I mean, it was pretty shoddy.
Right. But I would also point out to you, Drew, that this is a kid that was sought after as well. Like he decommitted from Boise State, reopened his recruitment, mainly sought after by BYU and Iowa, but he didn't open it much more than that. If he had, there would have been quite a few other teams knocking on his doorstep.
I mean, BYU is a top 15 program.
Yeah, it's not a knock on BYU at all. So, and the last time BYU and Iowa were going back and forth for a recruit, and Iowa decided to pass,
Ty Detmer?
Zach Wilson.
Oh, that's right, Zach Wilson.
We decided to pass because we had Spencer Petras. So that was the back and forth there. But also on the Iowa football recruiting front, Luke Brewer from, I believe it is Norwalk, decided to commit to Iowa just a little bit ago. Tight end.
Well, that's good. We need tight ends.
Yeah. Well, we have quite the glut there, actually, when you think about it. He did reclassify from 2027 to 2026. So if he had stayed 2027, he's looked at as a 4-star there, but it depends on where you look. 247 sees him as a 3 in 2026, 3-star, but also he had offers from Iowa State, Miami, Tennessee, Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Georgia, Missouri, Michigan, Florida, Penn State. So he could have gone anywhere.
That's pretty good.
I think Ohio State also offered, but I don't know how serious they got. But all those other schools I mentioned were pretty serious, specifically Iowa State, Miami, and Tennessee. I think we're probably the most serious contenders there. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of talent at tight end next year with Stringa coming back, most notably, and then also Thomas Meyer and DJ Vonamy are both young, have a lot of eligibility left, and Ortworth has eligibility left too. So we already have 4 that we feel good about, and we're just going to add this Brewer kid to the mix. We'll have 5 tight ends next year that we feel good about.
Yeah, if we get him involved in the offense, that would be great.
I was thinking about this. I think we will, because Lester is from that McVay, LaFleur, Shanahan school, and I know that he studies NFL tape and wants to bring NFL elements to Iowa. And that is something that the Rams have done. They run a lot of 3 tight ends on early downs. I don't know if you've watched any Rams games. I haven't watched a ton of Rams games this year, but early downs, they're the most successful team in the NFL by far on early downs, and they run primarily 3 tight ends on those downs.
In our undefeated season, I'm pretty sure the best part of our offense that year was those sets, those multiple tight end sets.
Mm-hmm. And I have faith for Lester to match his schemes with the personnel. I think he's shown the ability to do that, to play schemes that fit his personnel that he has. So
sure,
I think that's good. But yeah, you also correctly pointed out McKenna Velitsko signing officially is great. Ethan Harris for the men's basketball team signing also great. That's the 4-star forward that we beat out Gonzaga and Washington from Washington.
Oh, wow.
So he's our only 2026 recruit for the men's team as well. Similar to how McKenna Velitsko is the only one for the women's team at this point as well.
I mean, it's really early in the 2026 class for basketball. So, I mean.
It is.
Yeah.
It is technically early. I believe there's 2 signing days, and today was 1. So,
these multiple signing days, and then they got rid of the spring one for football.
The spring portal. Yeah, they did.
Spring portal. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one portal that should have fucking stayed open.
I think so.
And then you kept the one that open that's in the middle of the college football playoff. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, we're gonna have portal talk and playoff talk maybe going all at the same time. So, just wanted to, I don't know, start off this podcast with good news rather than the bad news of obviously Iowa losing to Oregon 18-16, being a close game. But man, that was kind of a gut punch, to be quite honest.
I mean, all 3 of the losses have been the same way, it seems.
And
the Iowa State and the Oregon game were basically the same.
I know. And one of those teams is significantly better than the other. I'll let you figure out who's who.
I'm pretty aware of that.
No, I was saying that more for the people listening.
So here's the thing. Here's the great thing about us going on Wednesdays, Andrew, is I've been through the stages of grief already. And that the college football playoff rankings came out again last night, and they only dropped 1 spot.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about that because you know me. I like to be an optimist, a hopeful dreamer.
I do too.
Is that I kind of started breaking down all the teams above Iowa and who they play this week. And then also looking at some of their schedules for the rest of the year and doing the what if. What if this happens? What if that happens? Can Iowa find their way? I think the answer is ultimately no, even if Iowa did win out. I think the answer is ultimately no. But there's still that part of me that's like, well, what if? This is college football. Anything can happen.
The playoff committee obviously values Iowa very, very highly. The fact that they're the highest 3-loss team in the rankings, above multiple 2-loss, and I think a 1-loss. Who are they above? I can't remember. Some bullshit team.
Probably. I don't want to say. It's probably South Florida because that's your group of 5. No, South Florida has 2 losses.
I took a picture of it because I have shared it amongst many personalities in the state of Iowa media in the last day and a half.
We aren't above any 1-loss teams at this point in time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Georgia Tech 8-1, number 17.
Number 16 currently.
Oh, 16. Yeah. The rankings I'm looking at was before they updated, but
yep.
The playoff predictor from obviously a reliable source in playoffstatus.com. If Iowa wins out, gives them a 21% shot to make the college football playoff.
That sounds right. 21% sounds right.
That's a decent shot. 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I would say that sounds right. I wanted to dream and talk about what actually has to happen just this week. I'm not going to try to dive into future weeks because that gets a little too complicated.
Yeah, go for it.
But here's what I'm personally rooting for and what I think is realistic. Clemson takes on Louisville on Friday night. They're only a 2.5-point favorite.
Louisville's only a 2.5-point favorite?
Clemson to win, even though Louisville's only 1 spot above. We want to mess with, and we want to. I'll say this because we want Big 12 and ACC teams to take on losses so that those are only 1 bid leagues.
100%.
I think they probably are only 1 bid leagues, but we want it to be assured with teams taking losses.
Here's the thing too, Andrew, is I played the long game even just like past this week, but between the ACC and the Big 12, the schedule naturally is going to weed out everybody until the championship game. As long as the champion is not upset per se.
I think so too.
Texas Tech doesn't get upset by BYU, something like that. If who's ACC now? Georgia Tech technically in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
Although, they're the only 1-loss team, but there's Virginia, Louisville, Virginia and Louisville both ahead of them.
Right. So here's the teams that are ahead of Iowa in the college football playoff rankings that I think have a realistic shot at losing this week.
Yep.
Louisville.
Yep.
USC, obviously, we would need them to lose because they're ahead of us. Need them to lose us. Then Oklahoma goes on the road to Alabama.
Lost.
Yep. Duke is actually favored over Virginia. So unranked Duke favored over number 19 Virginia. It's at Duke.
And everybody in the country has admitted that Virginia is a fraud.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about Virginia.
No.
To be honest. Utah is on the road at Baylor where they're just a little over a touchdown favorite. They're number 13. I think Baylor could win. Baylor is Jekyll and Hyde, pretty much.
Yep.
But they could pull one out. Texas on the road at Georgia. They're number 10.
Definitely could be an L.
TCU is at BYU. TCU lost to Iowa State at home last week, but for some reason, BYU only a 4.5-point favorite
At home.
at home against TCU. So,
I'm not a BYU believer either. Iowa State should have beat them.
yeah. So there's quite a so the 10, 11, 12, and 13 teams, 10 and 11 are underdogs. 12 and 13 are only like a touchdown favorite or less. And then you have 19 who's an underdog. And then you obviously were playing number 17. So if we were to win and the projected underdogs lose, that's a good result. But it'd be a better result if 12 and 13 lost. But like you said, if Texas Tech is the Big 12 champion, I don't think BYU or Utah are getting in.
No.
Even if they don't lose again.
Well, one of them has to lose again because they're going to be in the Big 12 championship.
Exactly. Even if they don't lose again in the regular season, I guess is what I should say. So there it is. There's our path.
Yeah. There are 7 total teams in the ACC and Big 12 combined that are ahead of Iowa, and if they're both one bid leagues, it's 5 spots from 21.
And then
that's before you weed out the SEC attrition amongst themselves, right? So say there's 16 at that point. Oklahoma loses to Alabama. See you, Oklahoma. Okay, that's 15.
Yeah.
Now you only need 4 more.
I would personally like to see both Texas and Oklahoma get blown out. Not just lose, but get blown out. I think that would cement
I would too, but
I think that would really cement things. But also, Texas still has to play Texas A&M, even though it's at home. That's tough.
Yeah,
Oklahoma,
and you got to root for A&M there, right?
Yeah, then we got to root for A&M just because I don't think 4-loss Texas would leapfrog 9-3 Iowa.
No.
But then also Missouri could still make, or Oklahoma could still make it in as a 3-loss. They play Missouri and LSU at home. I think we need one of those teams to beat Oklahoma on the road.
Is Prebula out for the year?
I think so.
I think so too. And that was like it's what really made him a contender, actually. It was a big drop off.
Yeah, we need LSU we need Nussmeier to do his thing one time.
Well, it sounds like that Brian Kelly isn't actually fired yet, so maybe he shows up.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard all that?
I have heard. I've seen the headlines, but I haven't dug into it.
It's complicated. It's complicated.
It sure is.
Point being, there is a path, and it's slim, but it gives me like I said, I've been through the stages of grief already, of accepting that loss, and just like the way they've lost all 3 in very similar fashion. I mean, like we couldn't have mustered one of those fucking wins, not one. You know, we just need one, and we're right there.
It's true. It's true. If we had one of those, it doesn't matter which one. Honestly, we'd be right there.
Yeah.
Yep. No. That's great. There's still hope. And we did it to ourselves mostly, Drew. I mean the punt shenanigans early on, leading to a safety, the wedge and fumble,
Jesus Christ,
leading
those
to a
long
field goal.
snaps. Oh my God.
Yeah, the long snaps and the Weegin fumble gave Oregon 5 points that they really truly shouldn't have had.
Yep.
And it also, in the case of the fumble, took away at least 3 points from Iowa because we were going to probably settle for a field goal. But who knows? Maybe we make a play and get a touchdown there. So that's either a 6-point swing or a 10-point swing. Depends on how you want to look at it. Right
Okay.
there, in and of itself.
We can also look at the piss poor ability of the Iowa Hawkeyes converting a fucking 2-point conversion like ever.
Well, can we talk about that? Because
Yeah, we can.
we have a situation that happened during that 2-point conversion that I didn't catch this in real time. Somebody else caught this maybe on the replay or in real time, but can defenders just throw towels at the ball? Are you allowed to do that? Is that something that you're allowed to do?
No, that's like in baseball. If you were to throw your glove up in the air, if the ball is going out of the ballpark or for a home run, that's illegal too. No, I don't think
Right.
you can do that.
Well, that's exactly what an Oregon defender did. Threw his towel at the ball while the ball was in flight to
Really?
Moulton. Yeah, it happened. And nothing was called. Nothing happened as a result. Except Moulton was out of bounds, which he was.
I mean, he was
Right.
still out of bounds. That didn't affect the throw. It didn't affect the catch or where he caught it, right? You know, it was just a penalty to begin with. It should have been a penalty
Yeah.
to begin with, half the distance of the goal. And then you maybe actually run the fucking ball for it.
Retry. Yeah. So it should have been a retry in my mind.
I did not see that. Well,
Not saying that we get it. It should have been a retry. But also not throwing the ball down there and then eventually running the ball, but not just when it was first and goal, not just running the ball 4 times. In my mind, just kind of a big mistake as well, because then you would have burned through probably 2 timeouts. And
Sure.
It's not like it all came down to timeouts for Oregon, but they had 3 timeouts in their pocket to go however many yards they wanted to go for a field goal.
And
If you only have 1 timeout, it changes things.
And apparently Dan Lanning is of the impression of that he wants to take all 3 of his timeouts into the final minute. Like I've heard that in comments. I don't know if that was post game or like in previous pressers or something, that he likes to conserve his timeouts. As he actually shown on the final drive for Oregon as well. Like he didn't call a timeout there till what? They were already in field goal range. They had no urgency.
No urgency. Didn't call a timeout until they were in field goal range, left with 2 timeouts still on the board.
Yeah.
But we should have forced his hand to where he would have had to call those timeouts on defense. And we score with under a minute left then.
Yeah, and that changes your whole play calling ideas too, right? Now, granted, ultimately the killer was down the sideline, right, with a perfect throw by Dante Moore and TJ Hall in perfect position. The perfect throw and the perfect catch always beats the perfect defense. And in that instance, in that weather, to make that throw, I mean, fucking hats off, you know?
Yeah, that's insane. And really the only thing that could have changed that is if somehow, some way, Hall got his head around.
Yep.
That if he got his head around, I mean, he
picks that. I think he picks that if he does.
Makes the play. Picks it, or at least, yeah, probably. So, yeah, it's close. It was right there. Even with Oregon being able to run the ball like they could.
Yeah.
Which our tackling problems were what they were, but ultimately still had a chance to win, which I think was pretty amazing.
Well, it gave up 230 yards rushing or something like that. The Hawkeye defense did. That was terrible.
260.
260. Huh?
Yeah. But the 93-yard drive by Gronowski, I think, will live in my mind for quite a while, because I don't think we haven't seen that game on the line actually need to make a drive and score a touchdown. I mean, we saw it a little bit against Rutgers in the first Big Ten game, but the stakes weren't high. The stakes were pretty high here, and we needed Gronowski to go out there and do his job, and he did it, Drew.
It was very John Elway the drive like.
I love that. Remind folks what John Elway the drive is.
Except they lost at the end instead of walk off with the Super Bowl, but
right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
I was going to say, remind people what that is.
Now I need to actually look up the specific facts of it. But I mean, the gist of the story is he engineered a 90+ yard drive in a 4-minute situation to win the Super Bowl. Essentially, is what happened.
Yeah, that is pretty similar to what Gronowski did. That third down play in his own end where he found DJ Voname. That was a good play, and that's kind of emblematic of the type of play that you want him to make when you bring Mark Gronowski in. That's the kind of drive that you picture in that situation.
Yep.
And he did it. So I cannot put the blame on the offense in this one. I think ultimately the special teams and the defense let down the offense, which is it's really weird to come out of an Iowa game and feel that way.
Yeah. So I looked up the specific facts. So stat correction, it was not the Super Bowl. It was the AFC Championship game where John Elway led a 15-play, 98-yard drive with 5:32 left to tie the AFC Championship game and then eventually win it overtime.
Love that. And that's what could have happened had we gotten the 2. Right? we could have been in overtime with Oregon and had some fun in overtime.
I thought we had initially in real time when Moulton caught that, I was like, oh my God, we actually got a 2-point conversion. They can't beat us because they're not going to score a touchdown. I thought it was over. And then watching the replay, I was like, God damn it. It was like the opposite of the replay where Penn State, where Indiana fucking survived. That was nasty.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was. Hey, that's part of the playoff equation for Iowa. If we did somehow slide in, we need Indiana and Oregon to win out.
Indiana and Oregon to win out?
I would say. I would say we can't have Oregon taking a loss. They still play USC.
And Washington.
Right. And they play Minnesota too. So we need them to win out, even though they probably don't make the Big Ten championship in that scenario.
Because, even if they lose the 2 out of 3, we're not going to be ranked ahead of Oregon with a 3-loss Oregon, 3-loss Iowa, and then they take the head-to-head into account. However, that being said, Miami is still 5 spots below Notre Dame with the same record and the head-to-head nod, right? So what the fuck is that about?
I don't know. Personally, I'm rooting for
them both
to lose
because they both need to lose.
Yeah, I'd like to see both Notre Dame and Miami lose, preferably to unranked foes.
What's Notre Dame got left?
Notre Dame plays Pittsburgh on the road, who's for some reason ranked number 22.
Everybody's been having a hard-on for Pitt lately, which is funny because West Virginia kicked their ass, and they're terrible.
Yeah, West Virginia is awful. What I would say is I want Indiana to finish the year number 1, and that involves them winning out. Notre Dame has at Pitt, Syracuse at home, at Stanford.
So Pitt's the only question.
If Notre Dame could win this week and then lose for them, but if Syracuse and or Stanford could magically step up, my life would be made. That'd be great.
But what if Pitt wins then? Pitt jumps Iowa, right?
Pitt would jump Iowa. I don't want that.
What's Pitt have left?
So I don't want Pitt to win.
What does Pitt have left?
That's great. At Georgia Tech, home against Miami.
Oh, look at that. There's 2 L's right there. So we get Pittsburgh to knock off Notre Dame, knock them out of the playoff. And then Pitt loses their last 2. Knock them out of the playoff.
That's fine. Yeah, actually, we are rooting for Pitt. We're not rooting for Vanderbilt either.
No, fuck them.
Um,
They have a tough stretch down the home stretch too, I think.
They do not. Well, yeah, they do kind of because they end the year at Tennessee.
There you go.
But I would like to see Tennessee lose to Florida to knock them out of the rankings and then beat Vanderbilt.
Hey, I mean, Florida beat Texas unranked.
So in my perfect world, Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee all end up with 4 losses. Vanderbilt ends up with 3 losses, probably. Iowa ends up 9-3.
And here's the thing, folks, is I don't think our predictions are far-fetched. I think, in fact, many of them might be chalk.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
kind of think.
You know what I mean? Like
that.
we're not asking for March Madness upsets here. Like these are legitimate games that can be lost by the teams ahead of Iowa. So
Right.
I'm saying it's not over. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Because what I'm describing to you, I mean, with all this is basically a scenario where, I mean, we could still even have Notre Dame make it and still be in, Drew. It's just we don't want like Michigan to beat Ohio State again.
No, that can't.
That would probably vault Michigan into a position where they win, or if like Tennessee wins out, then they would probably leapfrog over Iowa just because they're SEC.
Okay, so what's Michigan have left? What's Tennessee have left?
Right, exactly. Michigan has at Northwestern, which is not easy. They're favored. At Maryland, and then the big one against Ohio State.
Ah, damn. Okay.
And then Tennessee.
Michigan might make it then.
They might make it. They might make it if they beat Ohio State.
If they win out, they are in. 2-loss Michigan, they're in.
Yes, they are.
And then we're automatically fucked.
So I think the most far-fetched thing of all of this is counting on Ryan Day to finally beat Michigan. I think that's the most far-fetched thing that we need.
At home.
In the big house.
Oh, it's at the big house. Okay, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, we need Ryan Day to win that one on the road.
Oh, shit.
That might be the most far-fetched part of all of it.
I don't know if I feel good about that.
Yeah. I would also say that Tennessee, New Mexico at Florida, Vanderbilt at home.
Florida?
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Gators can gear up for that one and beat Tennessee.
Florida, Tennessee is a big rivalry.
But Vandy being 14th and having Kentucky at home and then at Tennessee, if they won out, they're obviously in.
Yeah. Yep.
They're obviously in. They're leapfrogging Texas and OU, who I expect to lose this weekend.
Yeah.
And they're leapfrogging BYU and Utah.
So there's a chance.
There's a chance, but it hinges on both Texas OU, Vandy taking their lumps.
Yep.
And Michigan losing to Ohio State. There it is. There's our chance.
Let's see what happens this weekend. I mean, it all starts in LA, Andrew.
It really does. It really does.
If we don't take care of it, none of that shit matters.
Yeah, if we don't take care of business the next 3 weeks, none of it matters. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. So with that, let's take a break and then come back and talk that USC matchup and make some predictions and get out of here.
All right.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. Finding the perfect gift for your wife or girlfriend isn't always easy. You want something thoughtful, stylish, and unique. And that's exactly what you'll find at Styled by JJ Boutique. Julia Bradshaw and her team strive to be your go-to boutique for casual, boho, and chic clothing and accessories, helping women elevate their style one piece at a time. Located right here in Johnston, Iowa, Styled by JJ brings trendy, high-quality fashion that boosts confidence without breaking the bank. So, if you're looking for a gift that says, I get you, instead of I tried, head to Styled by JJ Boutique, because nothing makes her smile like feeling beautiful. Styled by JJ Boutique, where style meets confidence. Visit our Johnston location or shop online at styledbyjjboutique.com.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman, Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
All right, welcome back, everybody. And let's talk Iowa USC. We're on the road this weekend. Obviously, they're in the Coliseum, and we are, Drew, I believe, 6.5 point underdogs. So we're just under touchdown underdog there. And I saw the weather once again going to be rainy. Going to be a big old downpour. In fact, the weather will be nicer here in Iowa during that game than it is in LA in November.
I was hearing Murph and Andy talk about this earlier today, and it said the weather forecast reminds them of the 2009 Orange Bowl, where it was like 45 degrees and raining in Miami, and it was like 50 degrees and nice in Iowa. All things in comparison, New Year's Day, 50 degrees in Iowa was pretty great, but it was colder and wetter in Miami than it was in Iowa in the 2009 Orange Bowl, and they made this weather comparison for this weekend in LA to be similar, cold and rainy. So I don't know.
I love that. I love that personally for Iowa, because USC is a team that is predicated on throwing the ball, kind of like Oregon was, but I think Oregon was, and we saw it play out, where they have the ability to run the ball. I don't really see that same ability with USC. It's not like they have no ability to run the ball. They do have some talent there, but it's not to a similar level of what Oregon has. They don't have the physicality on their offensive line, because Oregon had a huge, tough, physical offensive line to have to contend with. USC does not have that. They have a finesse pass, spread you out, and then run on you.
Yeah.
Kind of a deal. where they're able to open up a lot of running lanes just because you have to be so cognizant and glued to their receivers. That is, once again, I think playing to Iowa's favor in this one. So it'll be interesting to see how we can pull it out. Jaden Mayava is as good as advertised. The numbers don't maybe pop off the page. 2,600 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 6 picks. I'd say it's pretty efficient, but he makes some pro-level throws, and I think he's developing well as a passer. He also has some mobility. He's ran for 6 touchdowns. But really, the guy that I think you have to fear the most is Mekhi Lemon. That's their top wide receiver. He has almost 1,000 yards already with 3 games left to play and 7 touchdowns. He averages 15 yards a catch. I've seen him play. He's good. He's going to be a tough test. I think he's probably the best receiver that we've played since the Indiana wide receivers, for sure. So
I can't remember who did USC play last Friday night. They made me $100, but I can't remember who they beat.
Yeah, they played Northwestern.
Northwestern. They won 38-17, I believe, which was the over. Mayava threw for 2 touchdowns, at least 2 touchdowns, because that's what my parlay was. Anytime touchdown for Lemon and like 100 yards for the running back.
Yeah, so they want to spread you out, throw that ball all over the field, and they'll do that. They'll try to do that, but like I said, I think the rain will be a big advantage there. The talk with USC, as always during the Lincoln Riley era, has been the defense, but the defense is, I would say, probably the best unit that Lincoln Riley's put together so far.
Is that saying much? Because I remember
it's not.
And another previous episode of Murph and Andy, I believe it was Monday's episode, they played a Kirk Ferentz clip of when USC hired Lincoln Riley, and Kirk Ferentz was throwing shade at a particular school that defense was optional or some shit like that. Like, there was a pretty good soundbite out there that once Lincoln Riley was hired at USC, Kirk was throwing some shade on one particular school out west that does, maybe have decided to finally play defense, something like that. I can't remember what the exact quote was, but it was pretty good. It was a good one line zinger from Kirk.
All right. Well, they only allow 22 points per game, which is good for 45th.
That's pretty good.
Country.
It's pretty good.
It's not awful compared to where they've been. It's not Iowa level by any means, which Iowa's one of the tops in the country at that statistic and still are. But I do think there's plays to be made there, and I think we'll have quite an opportunity to make plays this week on offense against USC, and probably need to keep up with what they want to do offensively.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to score more than 20 points, Drew, to pull this one out.
I think you're right. Yeah. What's the over under on this game? What is Vegas thinking?
49.5.
49.5.
Yeah.
I'll take the under on that. In those weather conditions?
Yeah, I think they haven't factored in the weather. I don't think the public's gotten a hold of this or the weather report.
49.5. That's a massive. That's got to be one of the highest Iowa numbers in a decade.
It's a lot of respect to USC. It's a lot of respect to USC's offense.
When the spread is only 6.5, okay, so say USC covers by 7, what does that look like to cover 49.5? So that's 50. It's 30. That's 27 or
29 to 22 would be covering.
29, 23, 30. 30-22, 30-21, 30-20.
30. I mean, you could say 30-23
30-23 would be the 7 and the over.
or 30-20.
You think I was going to give up 30 points? I sure as fuck don't.
I don't. Not
No.
not in those conditions.
No
and
way.
our
No way.
defense.
I'm gonna go hammer the under right after this. That's for fucking sure.
There you go. They do have other talent at wide receiver. Jacoby Lane is there, and Wayman Jordan, I think, is the running back that you're talking about. King Miller.
Yep.
They also have Eli Sanders. But really, Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane are their top 2 receivers. That's who Maava's looking for. And I do think the defense will have the opportunity to make some plays. I don't think Maava's on that Mendoza-Moore level of quarterback. But he's not too far off, but he's not on that same level as like a pro prospect or even as a college quarterback. I think he's just a notch or 2 below that. Still really good, way above average, but yeah, I think there's going to be a good opportunity for Iowa to make some plays on defense and the Doughboys to get some picks.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing that we've played the schedule that we've played this year, right?
Yeah, we're prepared.
I mean, yeah, 100% prepared. Like we're not going to see anything we haven't already seen, right?
Yeah.
At least I don't think so.
No, I don't think USC is going to whip out anything that we haven't seen before. Yeah, and I feel like we can be physical with them when we're on offense too, in a way that Oregon and Indiana were able to handle. I don't think USC similarly will be able to with their defensive makeup. I don't think they'll be able to handle the physical running game that we're going to try to establish that we do in every game. So, yeah, that's good. I know that Iowa going west has always been a huge thing too.
That's my biggest concern. And
that is. I did see that Kirk said that the approach for the UCLA game last year was not good and wasn't right ultimately, and he feels a lot better about the mental mindset of the team this week as opposed.
You got to be feeling good about a 2:30 start too.
I think so as well. I think I would feel a lot less confident if this were a 9:30 late at night
Pac-12 after dark bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. If this was a 9:30 kickoff in LA, that would be 9:30 Central Time, I should say, kickoff. That would be, I think, brutal for Iowa.
Can you believe this game's on Big Ten Network, by the way?
It is.
Yeah. There's a reason, and there's a reason for that, allegedly.
What is that reason?
Because contract obligations say that every Big Ten team has to be featured on the Big Ten Network at least once a year, and USC has not yet.
Huh.
So 2:30 on CBS. Nestler and Danielson have Michigan State, Penn State.
Oh my. Come on, Big Ten. We need to change our contract so we can put this back on CBS again.
Someone's going to get their first Big Ten win on CBS.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, shit. Yep. That's the CBS 2:30 slate.
Let's make it Michigan State getting their first Big Ten win.
Might as well at this point. I mean, Penn State let me down last week when they had Indiana on the ropes. I mean, that game was all but fucking over.
I would like to see it be Michigan State because I don't want them to come to Kinnick hungry for a Big Ten win.
Well, speaking of, Andrew.
Yeah.
I won a pair of tickets to the Iowa-Michigan State game next Saturday.
Oh.
I may or may not be in attendance.
Great.
Yes.
Great. Do we know what time that game is yet?
It's still TBD.
Yeah, I hate this whole TBD thing late in the
I'm
season.
hoping it's 11 a.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Big Ten Network sounds great.
11 a.m. I think I'm on the press box side, so the sun's going to go down early. So I want to be in the sun as long as possible. So it needs to be 11 a.m.
Love it. Then obviously we end the year at Nebraska on Black Friday at 11 a.m.
You gonna whoop that ass?
Yep, especially without Raiola.
Yeah.
Iowa men's basketball, I want to talk that before we make our football predictions a little bit. Xavier comes to town on Friday night, so it is a Big East opponent. However, Xavier looks awful so far this season.
Yeah, they got trucked by a not even a mid-major. It was like a
No, they did. It was a mid-major. It's a team that's in Gonzaga's conference. It's Santa Clara.
oh, it was Santa Clara. Okay, yeah.
Santa Clara is a decent West Coast Conference team. It's a team that's been on the precipice of making the NCAA tournament, but
That's right. They've been on like the third team in the WAC, right?
third team in the West Coast Conference.
It's been Gonzaga, San Diego State, and then Santa Clara sometimes.
It's been Gonzaga, St. Mary's, then Santa Clara really sneaking in there. Yeah, in the West Coast Conference for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Santa Clara as a team, but also if you're a Big East squad, you can't be getting blown out at home by a team like that.
And by like 30 or some shit. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah, so a game that I would kind of viewed as maybe a resume builder before the year is like a must win, must stomp Xavier.
Yeah.
On Friday night. I believe that Iowa has the goods to do just that.
Is Sean Miller still the head coach there?
No, Sean Miller moved to Texas.
Oh.
And their coach is now Richard Pitino.
Oh, that's right. That piece of shit. He's pretty good at losing in Iowa City.
So, yeah, he has a lot of experience at losing in Iowa City.
Yeah, that's right.
I think just add this to the list. Bennett Sturts and the boys will get it done. So,
Xavier might be lucky to score 50 points on that defense.
Yeah, with the way McCollum plays defense, that certainly a real possibility.
Yeah.
But if you have the chance, if you're in Iowa, get out there. There's still plenty of tickets available. Buy them up, go. And be loud.
Yep.
Even though it's not as quality of opponent as I hoped it would be, it still would be helpful to the team if you're there making noise in the arena, making life difficult.
When is that game?
Friday night, 7 p.m. on FS1.
7 p.m., not an 8 o'clock tip. Thank God. Jeez.
Not an 8 o'clock tip.
Holy shit. Things are looking up.
The Iowa women play Drake tomorrow, so I didn't want to overlook that. That's 7:30 tip on Big Ten Network. If we did Evansville to Drake, that'd be nice. 119-43 over Evansville on Sunday.
Whew.
Just crushing them. Southern gave us a little bit more of a threat than Evansville. So Evansville women's basketball must be in a pretty rough spot.
Yeah, rough. Not good.
I think Drake is decent, but they're without, obviously, Dinabir moved on. I don't know. I really don't know enough about Drake to say what their team's going to look like.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm thinking it might be a little bit more of a test than our first two games just because of the in-state rivalry component. But it's in Iowa City. So huge advantage Hawks.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. And then they also go to UNI on Sunday. So it's the back-to-back Drake UNI games.
See, I like that. I like that the women's programs still play home and homes, man. I like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I see UNI as 0-2, so they must be having a down year. But
Again, I know nothing about UNI women's basketball, but I know they're not the men. So
right.
at least of the prestige of the program. So let's just get that straight. Not a difference between men and women. A difference between the program prestige. Okay.
Thank you for being politically correct, Drew.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You, yes. Yeah.
No, I'll boldly predict that Iowa sweeps those two games.
Yeah. I like that. Big bold prediction.
It's not that bold. We can get bold next week when we talk about Iowa playing number 7 Baylor in the WBCA showcase. So
number 7 Baylor, huh?
Number 7 Baylor. Who knows how those?
What are we going to be at that time? Do you think?
Well, we're 21st now, so I imagine if we go 2-0 this weekend, we'll be 20,
17, 18, 19.
17, 18, 19, probably somewhere in there.
Yeah. I don't know about the teams in front of them either and what they've done. I'm not in basketball season yet, Andrew. It's usually for me. It takes New Year's Day. I think when we get into conference play, I'll be fully invested.
Oh, really? For me, it's Thanksgiving week, which I have the whole week of Thanksgiving off.
There you go.
And there's a lot of basketball. They call it Feast Week.
Wow, that's my 40th birthday week too.
Great. Well, I'll be celebrating by watching.
Yeah, you can celebrate. You can celebrate my birthday however the hell you want, Andrew.
I'm going to celebrate it by watching a boatload of college basketball.
Yeah, good for you. Thanks.
No, that's my life.
My God.
Also looking forward to the new season of Stranger Things. That's my show.
Ooh, I am too, actually. When's that come out? Thanksgiving week?
They're releasing it in 3 parts. Because
is this going to be it?
This is it. This is the final season. And it's because all the episodes are so long.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to rewatch the whole series again. It's been so long.
I'm doing my rewatch. I'm also listening to podcasts that are revisiting every season of the show and doing their own rewatch.
I need to go back. I need to go back and rewatch it. I need to find time to do that. I don't know when I'm going to find time to do that, but I need to.
Can you believe that like the first season came out in like 2013 or something like that? 2015?
No.
2015, yeah, 2015. So 10 years ago.
It wasn't the second season like COVID?
Second season was like 2016, and then big gap 2019, and then 2022.
Okay.
So then we had 2015 and 2016 back to back, then a 3-year gap, then another 3-year gap.
Shit.
And now,
man, I don't know where I'm going to find time to rewatch all this shit.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, no. All right.
It's a good time of year, Andrew. It's my favorite time of year, as a matter of fact.
That's great. They're releasing it in 3 parts because it basically, the way it's been explained to me, is it's like 3 movies.
Okay.
Basically, 3
full. Are the previous seasons on Netflix right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's a Netflix show, so it's all going to always be on Netflix.
Okay.
For all time, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I need to get on that shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, Drew, anything you would like to add before we make our bold predictions and then bounce?
I don't think so. I would just say keep the hope. There is still a path, no matter what anybody else says. There is a path, and it is feasible. It's not. I don't know. I don't think. Mostly, if things go mostly chalk here this week, I mean, they're right back into the top 15, 16. If Iowa upsets USC.
Yeah, I would say 16th is where we should end up. If we rode victory against USC, I would say 16th is probably the minimum for where we should end up.
And everybody else was going to, attrition themselves at some point because they're playing each other. So, Yeah, 15, 16, right back in there. And you gotta only find a way to jump 4 in 2 weeks at that point.
Yeah, and probably going to have to do it based on other teams pulling upsets.
Sure.
We don't control our own destiny like we would if we had beat Oregon.
Ah, God damn it.
Sorry.
It's okay.
With that being said, I feel like I always make you go first on the prediction, so I'll just go first this time.
Okay.
Just because I feel like I'm always making you go first.
Well, we'll switch it up. Yeah, maybe it'll bring some good juju.
We'll switch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it'll bring good juju. I think you're all over it when you say the under 49.5. A lot of things going Iowa's way with the weather specifically. Again, like they were going into that Oregon game. Only I think this time Iowa has what it takes to pull it out. And I think it's going to be like 23-17 Iowa. I think we're going to really bog down that USC offense and score plenty ourselves. So Gronowski and the boys have been teasing us all year. I think this is the game where everything fires on all cylinders and we pull it out on the road against what is our toughest remaining opponent. So 23-17 Iowa.
I love it. I'm going 24-14. I'm going double-digit upset.
Oh, I like it.
24-14. I think Gronowski just keeps getting better, man. He loves this shit. Like his swag when the game is on the line is just undeniable. Just God, I wish we had him for more than one fucking season.
Yeah, me too. Although I've been told that Hecklinski has a lot of the same swagger, maybe more so. Maybe a little bit more fiery.
Does he have the running ability?
Not the same type of a runner. Mark's a big dude. Hecklinski is more of he can use his mobility to get you first downs. He's not going to power run for you. He's 5'10". He's not going to power run, but he's going to be elusive enough. And he's more polished as a passer than Gronowski is. I can tell you that much. We're going to see the passing game under Hecklinski take a step forward just by the fact that he's better at ball placement.
Okay.
I'm not saying he is an elite passer, but he is more accurate than Mark Gronowski is. And I think Gronowski's been okay in that area. I think Hecklinski's better.
He made some clutch throws in the bullshit weather last week too.
He did. Yeah. So I love what you're saying. I think he's gonna finally pull it out. So
yep. Love it.
We're gonna come back here next week and be talking about getting 2 more football wins and then really looking at basketball heavily.
Yes, sir.
So all right. Well, thank you everybody for listening and sticking with us. We appreciate you as always and hope you have a great night. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Talking football, talking hoops, every sport in between. I don't jumble your way, yeah, you know what I mean. From my heart's eye view, see the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stand.